Alright, so we have Roger Lucas. He has pulmonary embolism and a fractured femur from waiting in the nursing home. He ended up falling. Also, while waiting on surgery, he ended up developing dyspnea, tachycardia, and tachypnea. So, what would be the prime thing you need to treat this patient with?
Well, Doc, I think he needs heparin.
Exactly. We're going to use heparin to treat his pulmonary embolism. So now we have Ronald London. He's equally emergent. He has liver cirrhosis from alcohol abuse, and also he has a ruptured esophageal varices. So he has a lot of bleeding going on right now. We're going to go ahead and treat him with octreotide IV, but what's some things we should kind of look out for?
We need to look out for heparin, though? We're not supposed to use that?
Right. Patient has a lot of bleeding, so we should never use heparin. Alright guys, we need to hurry up. We got these patients ready and they really need this right now. We got a whole bunch more to go. So I need you're in Lucas, that's what's Lucas? Lucas is heparin. You're London, octreotide. Alright, got it? Alright, you gotta hurry up and go.
One more time, who I have?
You are London, heparin, you are Lucas, octreotide. So just don't worry about it. I got it. I'm a pharmacist. Trust me. Alright, so come on, hurry up. Come on, these patients are dying. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Remember, you have London, heparin, you have Lucas, octreotide. Please go. I knew they're dying. Come on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get the door for y'all. Come on. Go.
He's dead? Oh, that's definitely the wrong IV bag.
Dang, messed up again. I remember last time she got mad. I wasn't doing nothing but turning in the paper and getting her to check off on it. Then she started fussing at me. She got up out of the seat, was pointing at her real furious. She was just real mad. Then she started pointing in my face. And I couldn't believe it. She just ripped it up and threw it at me. I don't know if I can hear that again. I can't lose this job. I just keep it to myself. Cover my own butt. Lord, please forgive me.
Afternoon, Q Angel coming at you live in front of FAMU Courthouse. Just a few days ago, Dr. Smith, a pharmacist at TMH, allegedly killed one patient due to mislabeling of the patient's IV bag. The question is he legally, morally, or ethically wrong, or all the above, for what he did? Looks like he's coming up now. Dr. Smith! Dr. Smith!
Yes.
Hi, can you tell us exactly what happened?
Well, pretty much, can you back it up a little? It's a little too close to my face, thank you.
Sure.
Pretty much what happened, we were going really fast in the pharmacy and kind of had a mislabeled. I can't pretty much say anything else than that.
Okay, so how did you get caught?
Pretty much the janitor was friends with the family, per se. So I guess he saw the mislabeled thing in the trash can and pretty much told the doctor who told the family, and they pretty much put the clues together.
Okay, so by law, do you know that you do have to verify medications, correct?
Yes, I do. I do understand that by law I have to verify everything. But also, I was working with 2 other pharmacists as well, so I don't believe it's all of my fault.
Okay, do you know the pharmacy code or the pharmacist code of ethics?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now did you ever consider that you could possibly lose your license?
Yeah. No further questions.
Well, there you have it. Q Angel signing out.
The case of Dr. Brandon J. Smith versus the family of John J. London from the drug-induced death of the wrongful administration of heparin. Defendant, what have you say?
Well, Your Honor, I know I'm here because a lot of people said the reason Mr. London died was my fault, but Statute 64B 1627.1001, Section C says the pharmacist or registered pharmacy intern must interpret and identify all prescription contents. And Section E also says engage in professional communication with practitioners, nurses, or other health professionals. Also, it says in Section 2A, interpret and identify all incoming orders. And being that I was working with 2 other pharmacists, I don't feel as though the blame can be placed directly on myself. Going back to the actual statute in that same section, 24B 1627.1001, it says the pharmacist in a hospital pharmacy, assuming that they have an IV preparation, and Section C must physically examine and certify to the accuracy of the final preparation, thereby assuming responsibility for the final preparation. And like I said earlier, I was working with 2 other pharmacists, not pharmacy techs, not pharmacy interns, 2 of the pharmacists who had the full, complete duties and responsibilities as myself. And I sent them to go give it to the patients. Those 2 pharmacists were the 2 people who gave the IV preparation to the patient. I necessarily didn't do it. I just kind of told them what was supposed to be done. They actually gave the IV preparation to your brother, Mr. London.
Plaintiff, what have you say?
I guess, sir. What you're failing to realize is that you are a pharmacist. It doesn't matter if there are other 2 pharmacists. You cannot place the blame on them. If you signed up to be a pharmacist, you are licensed, correct?
Yes.
You are able to verify prescriptions, correct? So how must you place the blame on other 2 pharmacists when this is your trial, not other 2 pharmacists' trial?
Let's go back to the statute. 64B 1627.1001. Practice of pharmacy. That's what I'm referring to. Section 7 says the delegation of any duties, tasks, or functions to a registered pharmacy interns and pharmacy technicians must be performed subject to a continuing review and ultimate supervision of the pharmacists who instigate the specific task. I delegated that task to the 2 pharmacists. Yes, they're not pharmacy interns nor techs, but they have a task delegated to them. So that it was then their responsibility as a task delegated by myself.
So was it not their responsibility also to come back to you as the supervising pharmacist of them to see if the prescription was labeled correctly, because you might have given them the wrong information?
They did not.
How did you know you didn't give them the wrong information?
Because I am.
You are responsible for them, aren't you? As well as yourself. It is your pharmacy, isn't it?
It's not my pharmacy.
You work there, don't you?
It's
You're right, but in the code of ethics, you must respect the autonomy of a patient. You killed a patient at the end of the day. So how must there not be any legal aspects brought up against you if there is a patient dead as a result of the point is that you took the oath of the pharmacist and with the code of ethics where you're supposed to maintain professional competency in your profession. As a result, a patient is dead and another one received the wrong medication. So is that you being professionally competent or incompetent?
Well, speaking on that patient specifically, him having a ruptured esophageal varices has a very high mortality rate. So you cannot directly prove that the heparin killed him necessarily. You can only say that.
And you cannot directly prove that it didn't kill him.
Actually, I can.
Where's the autopsy report?
I don't have it now. It's not ready
Okay,
at the
then.
moment.
So now that we see, because the patient is in critical care, that even if they do receive the wrong prescription, that is just okay, and you know it shouldn't be made into a mistake. So are we supposed to treat all our patients like that just because they have diabetes or AIDS? That they're gonna die anyway. So if I give them the wrong prescription, that it is okay? Is that okay?
No. Speaking of that point, no, it's not. But because the patient was bleeding. And you can't compare it with the lung chronic disease such as diabetes, HIV, or hypertension. The patient had an acute illness, something that caused him a lot of bleeding, something that a lot of people die from, and I feel as though either way he would have died from it.
wasn't directly my fault.
So either way, you should be fired because you did something wrong.
We're all human. We all make mistakes. I'm not God.
You
I'm not
are,
perfect.
but you signed up to be a professional pharmacist,
I
didn't
signed
you?
up to be a
Didn't you
human.
take the license exam?
Yes, I did, and I didn't get a perfect score. Cause why?
And
I'm
that's
not
fine.
perfect.
And that's fine. But you also need to understand that as a professional, that you must not do harm to your patients. And obviously, harm was done.
So what are you saying should happen?
I think you need to be sentenced.
Two.
30 years.
30 years.
30 years, no
Okay, let
fine.
me pull up something else for you right quick. You said no fine?
No fines,
I
30
paid the
years.
fine. I'm not doing 30 years. Because you see in section 64B16 30,
I mean, you could have the electric chair, but we're going with prison right now. You kill somebody, you want death too?
That's what I'm talking about. Order in court.
$1,000 off your salary for death?
no,
Can you bring that patient back?
not at all.
So please tell me how in your head that you made sense of $3,000 in fines and that you can get off when a family doesn't have a loved one because they're dead?
Defendant rests.
To prove my point, he needs 30 years in prison because he obviously is an incompetent pharmacist who doesn't know his responsibility as a healthcare professional. And I rest my case.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Dr. Smith, guilty of negligence of the patient, Mr. London, and mislaboring leading to death.
I hereby sentence you to 30 years of prison for federal offense.
I could only imagine if it was my family. Let me go ahead and tell them. This is not gonna be easy.
Really quick. I messed up. I said pretty much right now, Mr. London's dead. He had the wrong medicine and he passed away. Mr. Lucas is receiving the wrong medicine now, the Ecotrexate. We need to take him off of that and put him on the heparin ASAP. I need your help.
Dr. Smith, what do you mean Mr. London's dead?
He had the wrong. We kind of had a mix up.
Yes, it's your mistake, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it the same thing I warned you about last time?
Yeah. But I don't know what I'm saying. Mr. Lucas, right now, Mr. Lucas is getting.
Let's go. We can't talk about it right now. Let's take care of the patient.
I know what's gonna do.
He's gonna pray he's gonna be okay.
Sorry to inform y'all that Mr. London has passed away. We had a mix-up in the pharmacy and ended up giving him the wrong drug. So
What?
Yeah.
You killed him?
I didn't-
You killed him?
No,
Who let you in here?
No, I didn't kill
Who
him.
let you in here?
It was
Who
a
let
mistake.
you?
It was
What's
an
his
honest
name?
mistake.
Is he the
We
doctor?
just gave him the wrong drug.
No.
And
Somebody called the newspaper.
I mean,
No.
either way.
What do you mean you gave him the wrong medication?
It's a really deadly disease either way. But
So you killed him, basically.
no, I didn't kill him. It was an honest.
So the disease killed him, but you gave him medication. You're the pharmacist, aren't you?
Yes,
You're the pharmacist, right? Where's the real doctor? Where's the real doctor?
I apologize about the mix-up, ma'am.
You know, lawsuit. What's your name? I need your ID number too.
My name is Brandon Smith.
Okay, don't even worry about it.
Let me see him.
We need to see him.
I apologize.
And we need to see your supervisor, manager, somebody, because you're incompetent. Somebody, because
Good afternoon. Q Angel here, coming at you. Stop.
Found the defendant.